For thousands of you, having to navigate through the government maze just adds to the frustration, the anxiety of losing a job or being furloughed. So we hope this helps you. There's something called a one-stop shop to help with everything from rent to utility bills. Eliza Powell explains more tonight on Your Side.
Care Connect is a one-stop shop for anyone who needs a little help right now, whether it's paying bills, getting food, or taking care of your mental health. For Catherine Giese and her family, Care Connect has been a lifesaver, especially now during COVID-19.
It's helped me and my family tremendously. I can't even say how much.
Care Connect's executive director, John Eaton, says right now the majority of clients are getting help paying rent and utilities, getting access to food under self-isolation, and getting mental health care during these stressful times. The program tries to be as hands-on as possible.
We dig into their case and really talk about the details of their needs, and we match them up with the most appropriate caseworker.
The program partners with 50 community-based organizations, so clients have a one-stop shop to take care of all their needs. For Giese, that's doctor appointments and help getting a new home.
Really, without it, we would have basically been homeless.
Care Connect provides services to people regardless of social or financial need or what county they live in. Eaton tells me now more than ever, being able to provide essential services like getting food or paying rent is vital to supporting the community that might be struggling right now because of the coronavirus. In Jacksonville, Eliza Powell, First Coast News on Your Side.